Hello, welcome to Sean Snowday Presents. My name is Sean Snowday, and there's an article out there on Forbes that describes the Net Promoter Score beautifully, and that's what we're going to go over there today is the Net Promoter Score. Now, this article was written by Shep Hyken, who's the New York Times and Wall Street Journal best-selling author, and what he says is certain things that you need to know in order to do the formula. But first of all, we want to explain the NPS. Now, if a customer scores a 9 or a 10, they're promoters. 7 or an 8, they're passive. They're just kind of on the fence. They don't know whether to promote you. Or if they're mad at you, they're going to score you a 6 or lower. We're going to call them detractors. I just call them people that aren't going to promote me because they're not happy. And my goal is to make them happy, right? So this is what Seth said. He said, to determine your official NPS score, take the percentage of promoters, subtract the percentage of detractors, and that number is your net promoter score. This isn't going to really be important to you till you start hitting really big numbers. Now, in order to get a better understanding of the net promoter score, we first need to look at the various types of business models that would use this type of strategy and the questions they would ask. Let's say a company that delivers tangibles would most likely ask different questions than a company that provides services. In other words, if you sell shoes, your question would be different than if you were a therapist. So a business that sells shoes may ask questions based on fit, style, and worth, and a business that provides therapy might ask questions based on personal growth, rapport with the counselor, maybe ease of setting appointments. But it is our belief that there is one question that every business owner should ask. But I want to get back to the shoe and the therapist. The shoe might ask how it fits, and the therapist might ask if you're having a fit, right? So there's my little joke. Now, here's the deal. Back to this, we need to know, before we ask that question, if your people, your list, and your people that follow you, are they using mobile devices mostly, or are they on screens that are bigger than 10 inches? So if you're concerned about mobile devices, you may want only one question to be asked, contingent on your demographic, okay? So a person on a mobile phone isn't going to want to fill out as much information as someone on a computer. And now that question that you want to ask is, you know, if there is one thing you could change about our company, what would it be? So a lot of people are going to answer that differently. Maybe some people would say, I wouldn't change a thing, but you're going to get a lot of feedback. This is just my opinion, but that one question can bring out the worst or the best from any given individual. However, whatever the response is, whether it is good or bad, it will be beneficial for any business to make enhancements. And here's the thing. They may rate you a 9 or a 10 and give you a answer you're not happy with, and they might rate you a 2 and then give you an answer you are happy with. So one thing that I found, and if you're a dog lover, I get it, right? But I found that dog lovers actually believe that everyone loves dogs. Now, you may be a dog lover and not agree with that. I just said that because, you know, that's from my experience. But I still believe for some reason that everyone that has a dog believes, I want their dog to jump on me and I'll greet it with open arms, right? However, there's people like me that aren't always happy with the dog jumping up and down on them. And they may or may not give someone a low rating if you have a dog at your facility. I do know, like, a lot of people that have gyms and CrossFits. They bring their dog in there, the dog's running around. Now the dog is running around on the mats that people are going to be sweating and working out on, right? So you might actually get a low score just because you have your dog there and you don't know it. We had one client that received a low score on their net promoter score because the neighboring business had a dog that would run around the parking lot when one of the customers was getting into their car. So the customer thought the dog belonged to the gym, but once they found out that this customer was complaining about the dog, you know, it could have been a real nightmare. They could have got Yelp complaints. They could have got bad reviews all over. And what they did is they took care of it. They talked with the neighbor, talked about the dog, and the person that complained about the dog actually became one of the biggest fans and has referred more people than anyone else to this particular CrossFit. So once the neighboring company found out, they were pretty happy about it too, and they did things in order to get their pet rounded up and taken care of to where everybody was happy. The dog was happy, the neighbor was happy, the gym was happy, and the client was happy. Okay, so normally we would set up a campaign that identifies the 3 segments. So it's promoters, passives, and detractors. Promoters are going to be thumbs up, right? Promoters are going to be, our clients that love and adore us. These are the people that think about us when they're driving to work, eating dinner, or even at the dentist. I mean, they just think we're the cat's meow. And these are the best clients to get a referral from because they've already praised you, and they already really think a lot about you, and they've talked with many of their friends about how you're making a difference in their lives. Excuse me. They've talked with their family about you, and they most likely just talk about you all the time. Now, the best thing about promoters is once they rate you a 9 or a 10, they already have the heartfelt feeling required to move forward. When asked for a referral, it's a lot more smoother than asking someone that likes you, but hasn't really had the emotional inquiry attached. So once we ask for the referral and they give us one we want to to immediately connect with, then what we want to do is thank them for the referral. Additionally, we want the referral to know that their friend was thinking of them and recommended our services as a benefit to their lifestyle or business. Once the referral receives information about their friend's suggestion, they'll be directed to a landing page offering a coupon or some other special offer in exchange for an appointment. Now, this will bring them back to the appointment stage in the client conversion, in our client onboarding, and the wow factor. So this is what we call the referral machine. So I'm going to just put this all in a nutshell because I know a lot of that didn't make sense. Someone rates you a 9 or a 10, right? Immediately it's going to say, hey, who do you know that wants to come with us? So Betty, who has tea with Monica every Sunday, and Betty's your client, is going to put in Monica's name and email address, maybe even her phone number, but we're not asking. We're just going to say Monica's email address. So we're going to immediately send an email to Betty saying, hey, Betty, thanks for recommending Monica. We really appreciate it. Then we're going to send an email to Monica, and it's going to say, hi, Monica, your friend Betty recommended us. Now, Monica is going to see that in her email, and she's going to see Betty's name, and she's going to click that because the subject line has her name and her best friend's name in it. Once she opens that up, the email is going to say, hey, we would love for you to set an appointment and talk with us because we're crazy about you, Betty's crazy about you, and everybody's crazy, right? So Monica clicks on a link there and goes to a landing page that says, hey, get a free gift, get a coupon, get free coaching, whatever. Put in your name and email, and when she clicks on that, it'll take her to an automated page for her to set an appointment. Now, when she sets the appointment, what's going to happen is she's going to put in her phone number. Now you have her name, her email, and her phone number. You call her, you lock her down. She gives you the credit card number. 30 days later, she's happy with you. You ask her for a referral. Monica tells Fred. Fred sets an appointment with you. Fred, you lock Fred down. Now Fred is your client. 30 days later, you ask it, and that's the cycle right there. That's the referral machine. That's the machine that gets all these referrals coming on automatically. Now, passives are people that may or may not be on the fence, but they can be driven either way. They're either well on their way to a promoter or slowly slanting downward to be in a detractor. Now, whichever the case may be, we need to take action, get our passives to take the high road and become fans. Many times it's something as simple as a phone call or some other form of communication to get the passives to become a promoter. Now, many passives are promoters, but they simply feel that everyone can do better, and and they never give a 9 or a 10 to anybody. You know what I mean? But once we reveal who the passives are, we can then begin to reel them back in to become rabid fans and enthusiasts. Now, the detractors, they sound like they're on their way out the door, and they very well may be, but we need to look at all the detractors from more than one angle. Remember, my friend with the dog, he had a detractor, but his client was upset at something that was beyond his control, right? His detractor really actually had a hidden complaint that wasn't even his fault. But once they got to the root of the matter, he became the biggest fan, and again, he became one of their biggest referral partners, and his business had grown and thrived through all that. Now, detractors are not bad per se, but they can be. Like going unnoticed, it's one of the biggest fears for most people. And if we ignore our client base, especially our detractors, it can open up the gates of delirium. And with using the Net Promoter Score technology, we can scrape the surface of our detractors, you know, look under the hood, see what's going on down there, and see if it's good or bad. And if they really are having a bad experience, we can see what we can do to alter or shift their experience to something more pleasurable. Or they simply may not be a fit, and we can see what we can do to either get them on the right track or to start, you know, playing the outro tape, right? Like, okay, let's smoothly get you out of here with the least amount of complaint possible. Now, it's been said over and over, someone that has a good experience will tell 5 of their friends, and someone that has a bad experience will tell 100 of their friends. So let's nip it in the bud early before it gets going too far and getting out of scope. And all of this and more can be done to double the size of your business with the right automation tools. Again, my name is Sean Snowday. I'm here to make a powerful difference in your life and business so you can be with the people you love, sleep at night, and have peace of mind.